Good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nile Cast on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name is Okumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines tonight, Arua City and Arua District register high cases of accidents in the West Nile region from January to April 2023. The general public is sensitized on the dangers of drug abuse and mental health services in Nile City. And the late Charles Okello Ngola is relayed to rest at his ancestral home in Isime Sub-County, Oyam District. This and more in the Nile Cast News Bulletin. It's Saturday, the 13th of May, 2023, and you're most welcome to the Nile Cast on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Arua City and Arua District have registered the highest accident cases in the region, with 143 cases reported, Nebi with 42 cases reported, Koboko with 49 accident cases, Maracha with 38 accident cases, Pakwatru 23 accident cases, and Madiokolo with 8 accident cases. This was revealed during a press briefing of the regional summary of the quarterly accident statistics from January to April 2023, where the West Nile region recorded a total of 360 accident cases in total. The West Nile police spokesperson gives the police statement. Let's have more in that story.
We have got the regional summary for quarterly accident statistics, which was recorded right from 1st January to 31st April 2023 for the whole of West Nile region. So according to the statistics of accidents, West Nile region recorded a total of 360 accident cases, out of which 53 were fatal, where death was involved. 217 were serious, 50 were minor, and 51 people were killed. Meanwhile, 229 people were seriously injured, 228 people got slight injuries, and 457 casualties in total registered following accidents from January up to April this year. And when we go district by district, Arua, Greater Arua City and the district registered the highest figure with 143 accident cases reported, out of which 14 people were killed, and the total casualties were about 182. Then Nebi had a total of 48 accident cases reported, out of which 9 people were killed, and then a total of 46 casualties registered. Koboko had 49 accidents registered, out of which 8 people were killed and 76 casualties registered. Maratsa had a total of 38 accident cases reported. We realized that many of our road users really they have poor mindset, negative attitude on following traffic regulations. Many think that these traffic regulations are aimed at punishing them, not knowing that the traffic regulations are to protect them on the road so that they don't get accidents. So there is need for our people to change their attitudes, their mindsets on the road. When they are on the road, they should know that so many other people are using the same road. And for that matter, they should abide by the regulations. and follow the regulations closely in order to avoid or minimize accidents on the road. And then our motorists should also ensure that they do not really load themselves heavily with alcohol. They should avoid driving or moving when they are heavily loaded with alcohol. Then other regulations like speeding, speed control. When you are in a heavily populated area where there are so many people, like in town centers or in any other urban center, it's always advisable for our motorists to lower their speed as much as possible. And the speed is supposed to go down as low as 50 kilometers per hour in order to avoid accidents. But many of our motorists ignore that. So that's why they end up knocking people on the road. Some even go ahead to knock people on zebra crossings because they are so rushy. They don't want to take time to slow down for the pedestrians to cross at zebra crossings, and that's why they end up knocking people there. So for that matter, we really urge our people, our road users, to take up their responsibilities in ensuring that they move responsibly on the road.
And more in our stories for the evening. During the International Nurses and Midwife Day celebration at Muni University, Arua City, medical officers from Butabika National Referral Mental Hospital took a moment to sensitize the public on the dangers of drug abuse and stigmatizing mental health patients. The medical officers also sensitized the public on the available mental health services in the region and countrywide. Let's have more on that story.
Mental health is wealth. Without mental health, you can't do anything. Get it? So we can always prevent. There are others that we can prevent. For example, now the cat, which is my region, which is grown in this area commonly, and a lot of youth are taking it. So they are taking it and then they are not working, because after taking those substances, they get sedated, like they get kind of mild, and then they can't do anything. The mental health is not only for the people out there, it is for us all. When you get that slogan that all of us are mentally sick, but the degree matters. Our West Nile region youth kindly get off that. And those, we also urge the relatives, the parents, that when you get such people with mental health, not only the substance, there are also others. We have the epilepsy, people, children with epilepsy in the homes, kindly take them. We have a mental hospital, we have a mental health unit in the national and the regional referral hospital. Kindly make use of that. And we know that staff are overwhelmed because they are few and the region is big. And as we all know, we are bordering Congo and in South Sudan, and all those people are managed here. So the staffing level is also a challenge. So probably, if mental health could really be taken like a priority, if it could be taken as a priority, probably in the whole country, that would be great, because the challenges are not only here, it is everywhere. The health is free of charge. We do give free mental health services, they are free of charge. So at times people fear going out there because of stigma. So we just urge the community out there that mental illness is just like any other illness, and it can be either you can get cured completely, or we can help, at least you improve and then be productive in the community.
And more in our stories for the evening. Police in Kampala are hunting for one of their officers wanted for murder after he allegedly shot and killed a moneylender at Raja Chambers along Parliamentary Avenue, Kampala. Kampala Metropolitan Police spokesperson Patrick Onyango identified the shooter as number 67029 Police Constable Ivan Wabwire. The victim of the 1 p.m. shooting that was on the 12th of May 2023 was identified as Uttam Baharadi in the Indian National and the director of TF Financial Services. Here's the CCTV footage of the shooting. Let's have more on that story. And with that, and to end our Nile Cast for the evening, the Bishop Right Reverend Alfred Owoya, the Lango Diocese, has called upon reconciliation between the families of late Charles Okello Ngola and that of his killer, Pete Wilson Sabiti. He mentioned this today at the burial of the former Minister of State for Gender, Labor and Social Development and Industrial Relations and MP Oyam County, the late Charles Okello Ngola, who was shot dead by his UPDF bodyguard, Pete Wilson Sabiti. The late Charles Okello Ngola was laid to rest at his ancestral home village in Iseme Sub-County, Oyam District. The Vice President, Jessica Olupo, was the chief mourner at the function where she represented the President Museveni. May his soul rest in eternal peace. And with that story, we are welcome to the end of the Nile Cast on West Nile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nile Cast to the end of the Nile Cast only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Ukumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.